Welcome to your angel messages for all 12 signs. Hi, everybody. I'm Devon Duerr. I'm an angel intuitive and spiritual teacher, and we are going to be going into the overall energy right now, messages from your spiritual team. This includes your guardian angels, your spirit guides, passed away loved ones, and even spirit animals. We go through all 12 signs, and I encourage you to listen to all 12 because we have all 12 signs in our chart. You also don't need to know anything about astrology to understand these messages for you. I just encourage you to grab your journal and write down anything that resonates with you, because I love to say how powerful the gift of hindsight is. Give your future self a gift by writing down anything that resonates with you during these messages. Angel bumps, signs outside your window, just a knowing that this message is for you. Please write them down in your journal, whatever journal that is for you, and keep them all in one place. This is such a powerful gift. So what we're going to do, like I said, was we'll go into our overall energy for messages to just set the tone. This is where the angels will address some things that we're thinking about. I always encourage you to think about these three areas of your life. Your relationships, not just romantic, but parent, boss, friend, kids, spouse, whatever that is for you. Also finances, maybe it's career, maybe it's where you're going with a project, maybe you're retired, so it's your legacy. Just anything that you're thinking about with that area of your life. And then of course your health and fitness, things that are coming up. Think about those three areas as you are listening to these messages, and if anything resonates with you, please write it down, write the date, write even where you heard the message and what you were thinking about right before it resonated. So we'll do that overall energy to get that broader feeling there. And then we're going to go into all 12 signs. We're going to be talking about the energy. We're going to get some guidance. We are, at the time I'm recording this video, now these messages are evergreen. I always set the intention with a prayer of protection that I only connect with God's highest vibrational beings, and that these messages be meant for you anytime you come across them. So you could be listening to this a week, a month, a year from now. If something resonates, it's because your spiritual team is highly efficient and knew you would hear those messages. But we are going to be talking a little bit more about creativity right now because of the time that I am recording this video or live, which is that the sun is in Taurus, a highly, highly creative sign. Also, earlier this morning, before I came on to go live with all of you, we had the Saturn conjunct the North Node. So again, it's getting us to focus on where we're headed. What are the things that you want in your life? So while we are going through these messages, I want you to think about some of the goals you have. One of the big themes that's been coming up with these angel messages is really starting to visualize where you are in 5 years. What is your ideal scenario with relationships, with career and finance, with health and fitness? Because we need to know where we're going. That's why when I say you don't need to know anything about astrology, but I say when you have the Saturn conjunct North Node, like we just did, this is testing you to see, hey, do you even know where you're going right now? And of course, you have your spiritual team to guide you. So we'll have plenty of guidance going through here. Of course, stay tuned to the very end also for your bonus message where we get actions to take. I do always post the timestamps as soon as I am done going live. So if you want to come back and re-listen to a particular moment, those will be in there. And of course, like I said, please listen to all 12 signs because we have all 12 signs in there. Now, I would love to see where everybody is tuning in from. Hello to my amazing subscribers. It's always such an honor to connect with you. Thank you for always commenting, liking, and sharing these videos. It really helps my channel grow. And I read every single one of your comments, so I really appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. You are very, very welcome here. If these messages resonate with you, I'd really encourage you to hit that subscribe button because I do go live every Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central. I have topics, I have guests. Next week, I have my good friend Chris Reck from Minnow Pond Tarot coming on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central. I'll get that scheduled soon so that you can go ahead and hit the notify me button if you want to be there live. But of course, the recording will be there later. We're doing a really fun topic again. We're doing this time next year. If you want to go back and look at our videos that we've been doing every month since October, we did a theme called This Time Next Year last fall, and now we're doing it this spring so that a year from now in spring, you can go back and listen. It was really popular. You all loved it very much. We enjoyed it. So definitely put that on your calendar for next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central for Chris Reck right here on my channel for Minnow Pontero. And of course, I'll be here Monday with our updates like we always do. This Wednesday, I'm going to be doing new moon angel messages because we do have a very powerful new moon coming up this weekend in Taurus. But let's get into our angel messages here. And again, let me know where you're all tuning in from. I love hearing from all of you. Let me know how you're doing. How have your dreams been? Have you been getting messages in your dreams? I woke up yesterday morning and I had such powerful, vivid dreams, and 2 songs were in my dream where we were as a group singing these songs. I still haven't even had a chance to look up all the lyrics in one of them because I do get a lot of meanings from lyrics in waking life, but if I have a dream about a song, I am really going to go look up those lyrics. Even if I think I know what they are, I'm going to write them down. And one of them was that song Memories, and I think it's Barbra Streisand who sang it originally. And then the second song was Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which I definitely remember those lyrics. But it was this feeling of how close we are to our passed away loved ones, to those beyond the veil that are not in physical body. It was a reminder that they are all here with us. So I really felt like that was powerful, and I wanted to share that with you. By the way, if you are in my community members, if you missed it, I know it was a holiday for a lot of people who celebrate Easter yesterday, but I did do a surprise bonus angel message for my community members. If you are in that community, please don't miss it. It was a super powerful, positive reading coming in for my community. If you're not part of my community, you can always check it out below, hit that join button and see the different options there. And I do a monthly bonus reading for the month for my community. Plus I do pop-up messages, and we're going to be doing more and more and more as we grow. We just started this community there, and I just wanted to make sure for those of you who are already in the community, you check out those messages from yesterday because I was having full-on angel bumps from head to toe the entire time. But we're going to jump into these messages for all of you right now, for all 12 signs. It's going to be very, very powerful because I can already feel this manifestation energy coming through with Taurus. Let's check in with the chat here too as well. Hello, Casglow. How are you doing? Yes, I had a fantastic Easter Sunday. Thank you. I got together with my parents, my sister, the kids. We grilled out. It was really, really fun. Good morning, Kim Priestess. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend too. We had great weather for it. We got some rain, which we really need here in South Texas. Hey, Noelle, happy Monday. Good morning. Hey, AC, hello, hello. Hey, Janie, has it been crazy dreams lately? Oh my goodness, very vivid, relevant to my day once I wake up. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? They're very timely. Ooh, I got angel bumps reading your comment, Janie. Oh, what's the ring? Yeah, this is a citrine ring. Yes, one of my favorite rings. I got this last year. It's just, citrine is one of my favorite colors. I think it's because I am a Cancer that I just love, which is part of the sacral chakra, right? Kim says, I just finished interpreting my dreams from last night. They have been crazy vivid, right? I know. And we have to pay attention to this because this creative energy we have coming up, we're getting so much guidance around here. Hello, beautiful April. Good to see you in the chat. Let's see what the heart of our spread is bringing up so we can dive into these messages even more. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. 6 of air. 6 of air is in the heart of our spread. So this is kind of something that we're wondering about. And the angels always address that right up front. They're like, we know what's on your mind. And 6 of air says things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So maybe you are thinking about planning a trip and you're wanting to know, is it okay for me to go ahead and take that trip? Have things gotten easier so that I can go ahead and make those long-term plans? And you're wanting to know, they understand you're wanting to know, is it safe for me to move ahead with some of my plans? Is it safe for me to make a decision? So we're definitely going to get some guidance on there, but I encourage you to write down, what was the first thing that came to mind when you heard me say, are we coming to an end with this challenging situation, recent challenges? Sometimes they're minor, but sometimes they're ongoing things, right? And sometimes it's just wondering, like, are we finally able to move forward? Now that we have everything direct, yes, we are ready to move forward, but it's not going to happen overnight. We're going to have to take these baby steps. So let's see what's coming up in the challenge area of this spread. We have the 3 of water, a celebration, a wedding, a graduation, birth announcement. the need to have more fun. So because this is in the crossing energy or the challenge, basically you have felt challenged about making these plans. You want to take a trip. You want to get out there and have more fun. Maybe you do want to plan a wedding. Maybe you do want to plan a celebration, but you're not sure if you're finally ready to move on to that. Is everything in the clear? So I love it when they validate with that, because that's been a big thing on all of our minds. It's like, can I finally celebrate this end of a difficult situation? Can I finally embrace the joy that we are moving on? Now, all of us have been moving in a new direction. I did a quick little mini reading on Friday. If you missed it, go check that out as well on my shorts side of my YouTube channel, talking about the release that we've all been doing since that powerful moon following up eclipse season. And there has been so much coming to an end. So it's really important to make sure that we are acknowledging the things that are coming to an end and embracing that. That's been a really big part of our overall energy here. Kim says, being the 6 of air, does the 6 have a special significance itself? I saw a 6 in my dream last night. I kind of see it as bringing balance. And that's really resonating. You know, that's a really good question. I do see 6s as moving in a new direction. Maybe it's not necessarily that you're ending something, but you are moving in a new direction. You will see a lot of people move during a 6 year in numerology if they are going through one of their own 6 years. I personally am in a 6 year, and I know a good friend of mine right here in the chat is as well. And I have moved in a new direction in my career, in my home, with relationships that I've been guided to. They've come to a natural ending. And it was really easy to see that if I resisted that change in moving a new direction, it was going to cause even more chaos, possibly stress-related health concerns, financial concerns, and things like that. So I had to really go deep and understand, why am I being guided to move in this new direction? And it often also signifies new relationships coming in. So it's a very powerful thing to think about as well, because again, balance. We want to have balance in our relationships. So you may find that you're having to move away from a relationship to a project, to a person, to a location, and that allows you to move in that new direction. So again, what's the first thing that came to mind for you when you were thinking about the things like, am I finally moving in a new direction? So let's move on to the subconscious energy, or the things that are going on that we may not be aware of. We have the star card here. It says, happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans, angel bumps down my right leg, on the right path. So I love this card for the subconscious, because your angels are letting you know you are a star. You are on the right path. This question you have in your heart, am I finally going to be able to move on? The answer is yes. That's what they're saying with this star card here. So make sure you're writing down any angel bumps you're getting, or anything that's really standing out, like we said with the 6 card there, because so much powerful change is coming for all of you. By the way, just in case you're new here, spiritual alert, you are a light worker. You are called to click on this video because you have light to share with the world. So I did love that the angels wanted me to use the Archangel Gabriel deck today when we get to all 12 signs. I will be sharing what decks they are when we get there, because they want us focusing on creativity. They want us using this powerful Taurus energy and the fact that the planets are all direct to really focus on where we want to go in this new direction. And we're going to be creating this reality as we go. But of course, you have people here right in this community to support you. So you do not have to be alone doing this. And you are a star. You are meant to keep going in this direction that you're feeling guided. So you should all be celebrating right now. And hopefully you're all feeling angel bumps like I am for all of you, because you are on this right path. You're already in that direction. So keep following that heart. So let's switch over to see what's coming up in the recent past for you. Oh, wow. Interesting. Another validation, 10 of air, the end of a difficult situation, just like we have in the heart of our spread. And we also have expect things to get better. Maybe you're recovering from something that's just been getting too much of your attention. You know, whenever I see this card, it says recovering from an addiction. It doesn't mean an actual physical addiction. Maybe it does, but it could be that idea of you're addicted to a thought process, like you keep letting something play over and over and over in your mind. What's that saying about letting somebody else live rent-free in your mind? I think that's such a funny thing. It's like, don't let others live rent-free in your mind. Release it, let it go, let it be the end of this difficult situation. And that's going to be really powerful with helping you step into your path in a bigger way and really allowing yourself to be a star. So that's really powerful energy, given that this is validating your question. Are we at the end of this difficult situation? And the answer is yes. Ooh, more angel bumps. And when we get to all 12 signs, we'll get more clarification, because you'll see the decks I'm going to use there are going to give us even more detail. So make sure you're listening to all 12 signs, and as well as staying tuned for the bonus messages at the end. Yes. Hey, Angie. Good to see you in the chat there. Hello. Yep. And hello, Peggy. Good to see you. Yes. So we will be doing some pocket affirmations as well. I'm glad to see that reminder there about releasing things. Let's see what's coming up in the present energy. We have Queen of Fire. This is really powerful right now. Confident, warm, intelligent. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself and assert your independence and creativity. You know, whenever I see the Queen of Wands card, which is, of course, this is the Queen of Fire, but in traditional tarot, which is not my expertise. That's why we bring Chris Reck in here, because he's an expert. Definitely go check out Minopon Tarot if you haven't already. Queen of Wands or Queen of Fire it's being bold enough to just do it your way. You're like, I have got to create this. My heart is soaring at the idea of doing this. It's the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning, and it's your unique way of doing it. So this is a really powerful energy for the current energy, especially since I said we are going to be talking a lot about creativity right now, and the sun is in Taurus. So you're going to want to be thinking about things you could do. This could be creativity around your home as well. You might want to be bringing in new decor or rearranging things. I always find it's powerful to rearrange things when you can. If you can't actually move the furniture around, maybe you're just moving different decor around, you're just cleaning it up, dusting it. I've been getting some new little plants in my office and rearranging them, and it just feels really bright and allows that creative flow to get going. So I really want to encourage you to embrace this energy right now at the time you're hearing this message. That anything you've been holding back about starting a project or anything that you have not really taken action with in the biggest way, assert your independence. That's what they want you to do. So let's see what's coming up in the near future here. Hello, Blondie. Good to see you here. Hello, Heidi. We have the Two of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. Okay, we were talking about the 6 energy earlier, new people coming into your life, relationships going to the next level. This is people getting engaged. This is deciding to collaborate with somebody on something and go to the next level. Maybe you've always seen each other at different events, and now you're going to actually do something together. For some of you, this is a romantic relationship that is growing closer, somebody who you really are feeling a spark with. You're going to have to allow it to unfold in the way it's meant to, but maintain your independence, okay? So this is the kind of thing where you might really start to really get into another person. We'll use a romantic relationship because it's easy, but it could be a friendship, it could be a job. But whatever, something new that you're so excited about that you start ignoring the other areas of your life. And you definitely don't want to ignore your creativity for whatever this is. You need, whatever this relationship that's coming in for you that's going to be going to the new level, just make sure you keep going with this independence here. That's going to be key. Keep your autonomy. That is a big thing about Pluto and Aquarius right now, and it's going to be there for a very long time. If you're new to astrology, you've got to maintain your autonomy within the crowd. We are all seeking unity. We are all coming together as light workers, but maintain that autonomy by doing it your way, letting your light shine. That's what allows you to really step into your power and use this star card. But speaking of power, let's switch over to your personal power card here. I'm getting these cards all crooked here, aren't I? Let's see what the power card says. Wow, we have the Knight of Air. Knight of Air. Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. Creative solutions. All right, so our pocket affirmation is I easily find creative solutions. If you want to write that in the comment section below, I easily find creative solutions. And this also means having to slow down to think things through carefully, because again, this card is hurrying up and trying to fix something without thinking about all their options. And your power will come from slowing down, sleeping on it, getting some information. You know, sometimes it's really powerful to just bounce your ideas off a trustworthy friend, get outside in nature, ground yourself, and then start thinking about all the different ways that you can find creative solutions. We are talking all about creativity today, creativity within relationships, creativity within your job or your projects, your legacies, and creativity with your health and fitness. How can you be creative there? I recently had a good friend of mine call me up, I guess it was Friday, and said, hey, would you ever want to come play racquetball with me? And I was like, you know, I haven't played racquetball since I was like 10 years old, but I'm game. Hey, I'm looking for new ways to bring activity in. She's actually the friend that got me into pickleball last summer, which I still really enjoy pickleball. But we went and played. I thought, oh, I'll last for about 45 minutes to an hour. We played for like 2.5 hours. It was so much fun. And it really was this idea of, okay, I'm getting more creative about the way I'm approaching my health and fitness. So for me, it's like, what are ways that I can get out of a pattern of feeling bored? And then it brings that creativity in even more. So let's check out our external factors here. I see everyone's putting that in the comment section below. I really appreciate that. Yes, I easily find creative solutions. And what is our external factors card here? Wow, the Emperor card. It says organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. So basically, you're going to be looking for those around you that are implementing structure and discipline to the work they're doing. When you're stepping into this power of maintaining your autonomy and independence, but keeping going with what it is that your heart wants, not setting aside your creativity for these new relationships. These new relationships are going to be relationships where they are applying the same self-discipline of maintaining their autonomy, of being a leader in their life. So you're going to want to be looking for those kinds of people. This could be a collaboration. This could be a friendship. This could be actually a new romantic partner. It could also be a boss that's coming in for you. But something with a new relationship is you're going to be looking for this Emperor energy there. And when you see that energy there, you're going to feel that attraction. So if you're in a relationship or you're in a situation right now that is not having good leadership, it is not somebody who is walking their talk, they're not implementing that structure and discipline, that is a red flag. That's what the angels are telling me to tell you right now. Anybody in your life or anybody you're having to constantly interact with that is promoting chaos and not allowing things to get into divine flow, that's a red flag. So you're looking for this Emperor energy with these new partnerships that are coming in. Okay, so let's switch over to the hopes and fears portion of the Celtic cross, and then we'll get to your all 12 signs and your bonus message. It's going to be so much clarity as we go through. We have the Wheel card. Wow, this is a really interesting card to get in this position. The hopes and fears, it's like what I hope for, but what I also fear. It says a time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward, fortune is on your side. Coming up in this position, I feel like this card is representing the idea that I really want things to finally move forward, but then what does that mean for me, right? It's a little bit scary, right? It's like, okay, I think I do want to, go on a date with this person, but then I haven't been on a date. What are we going to talk about? What if I embarrass myself? It's like the fear. It's like something you want, but then it's like, now what do I do with that? It's mostly what light workers face, I see more often than fear of failure. Light workers face fear of success. What happens if I really do start getting the clientele I want, and then now my family and friends find out what I'm doing and they think it's weird, Or what happens if I really get so excited about a project that I then have to leave another group of friends to have time for it and they get mad at me? But we don't want to do that what if game. We want to follow our heart. We want to assert our independence. That is the energy here supporting you. If you do that, this Wheel card will work for you. Just make sure you're surrounding yourself with people with this Emperor energy. And of course, applying that Emperor energy to yourself when you're looking for these creative solutions. All right, so let's move on to the final outcome card here. We have the Queen of Water. Beautiful for this new energy that's coming in. It says tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, loving, relationships develop to a new level, trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. All right, so this card is validating that, and I'll pull it in here so you can see it actually. It's validating this Two of Water card, that you're on the right path, that you are going to be able to celebrate. And that's going to be super, super important. Casglow says, I feel so called out right now. You're cracking me up. I'm calling myself out as well, right? We're all here to work on this creative stuff. That's why we'll get into the creativity when we get to all 12 signs. Yes. AC says, I've never seen you pull the World card, something to think about. Oh, interesting. Okay. I felt like I pulled it recently, but maybe it was for a different, maybe it was the community reading I did. But Heidi says procrastination equals fear. I completely agree with that. I think a lot of times procrastination is really rooted in fear of what people will say, fear of what kind of things we're going to have to change if we actually take action. But you know what one thing that I really like doing is flipping the script around things when things feel like they're moving slowly, or if I'm questioning myself, like, am I procrastinating or am I just not meant to do this? You know, that's what we have to do too as light workers, is we have to do that inner reflection, that self-discovery, and say, why am I not sitting down and knocking this out? Like, what is the procrastination there? Is it because I'm not meant to, I'm not in creative flow, or is there this fear about what it's going to take to do it? So what I like to do then is turn it into a journey. I am on this journey of writing my book. I am on this journey of creating this new, YouTube channel, social media platform, whatever this is in your heart. I'm on this journey of finding this ideal relationship. But let's go ahead and do another pocket affirmation. I embrace my journey. Write that in the comment section below. I embrace my journey. It is a journey. We're supposed to enjoy it, right? And that's me calling myself out too, speaking of that, Casglow, because I get there-itis on everything, on projects, on getting to the vacation place. And I am working on being more present, more in the moment, enjoying the journey, right? We all do it. It's human nature, but I really think it's important for us to be thinking about that as we are working on these creative projects and as we are embracing this Queen of Water card that we have here, and really trusting that these relationships that are going to a new level, these are happening for you. And you're really tapping into your intuition in a new way. And this is an important thing I want to bring up for all of you here watching now, or even later on the recording. The reason you are here, the reason you are part of this community, the reason you feel called to listen to these angel messages is because you are lighting up the pathway for others. People are coming online every day, waking up to their natural born intuitive abilities, waking up to the fact that they have this spiritual team, and you are a beacon of light. You may never even have to say a word to them. You may simply stand in line behind them at the grocery store, and just your presence activates them. And that was one thing that I discovered about myself long after I'd actually started this business. When I left my small business consulting behind, I had used my accounting degree for 16 years to do small business consulting. I left it behind to go full-time into this work. I still wasn't entirely sure why I was being guided to this. It took a good 4 or 5 years for me to really understand that one of my higher self's purpose in this lifetime is to activate other light workers, activate you. You may already know you're a light worker, but you don't realize the effect you're having on others and activating them by being here and being part of this. So I do think it's really important to understand the way that you using your intuitive abilities is having a positive effect on those around you, people you may never even realize. So super, super powerful energy there. Now let's make sure that you can get a quick little screenshot of this, that you got everything on here, because this final outcome card I really like. If you like it, thank you all for writing that in the comments there. Let's see what we are going to get for your all 12 signs with this these other decks I'm going to use, because this is where it gets so fun to get into the details. So in case you are new here, I do encourage that you listen to all 12 signs. You don't even necessarily need to know anything about your birth chart in case that's not something that you follow, because you have all 12 signs in your birth chart. Even if you don't have planets there, you do have aspects to those different signs. So it's really important to listen to all 12 signs, write down anything that resonates. I hope you all have your journals next to you so you can write down all these signs and symbols. Yesterday, when I was doing that live for the community members, which I see a couple of you in the chat there, make sure you check out that live I did yesterday. If you haven't, there's such amazing messages coming through. There was a red bird that I have never seen flew in front of my window, not a cardinal. And I had to go look up what it was. And I don't remember off the top of my head, but it turns out it's a bird that is commonly here in South Central Texas. Really fascinating. And I'm still interpreting the meaning, because what I want to do is what I do with my spirit animal videos. If you haven't seen those, definitely go check those out. But on my spirit animal videos, I talk about first study the characteristics of an animal that catches your attention. Then you can look up the spiritual meaning if you want to, because I don't want you to miss what your spiritual team is telling you with your own custom messages. So one of the things I'm going to do later today, I put it in my journal. Of course, I put it in my intuition tracker, what I was doing, what I was saying, all those things. But then I'm going to go study the characteristics of this bird. This particular bird, one of the things that was interesting about it, I think it was a tanager, Lacey. Oh my gosh, is that the one where the female is yellow? Because that was the thing that I thought was fascinating, is that the female in the species is just as bright and beautiful and colorful as the male. The male is solid red and the female is solid yellow. And how interesting that they maintain their own creativity and their own powerful color. Whereas like with the cardinals, the females tend to have more of a brownish feathers. And did you know that if cardinals that the male takes care of the nest, and so when they're doing that, they change their feather color to brown. So they're not red unless they're searching for a mate, unless they're mating, which is interesting because they're like blending in with the female for the cardinal, versus this tanager is, I think that's it. Yes. Oh, you saw one too, Kim? Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, and I mean, I've lived here my whole life. I don't know how I never seen one, or maybe I just wasn't close enough in the past to realize it didn't have a crest like a cardinal, but super, super interesting energy. So I'm still studying it because I thought that was pretty cool that the, oh, you looked it up for me. Thank you, Lacey. That is the bird there. We have validation. Thank you, Lacey. It is a scarlet tanager, and that I don't know if it's Duerr or Gur, but we're going to go with tanager for now. And that the female is the one that has the yellow. So I will report back as I get more messages. Oh, thank you, Lacey. Yeah. She said she looked it up. They are yellow, and she didn't know that either. So you see, we're all learning together every day. I love this. All right, I'm going to make sure to remember to do the timestamps here. So what do we have coming up for the Aries? Now, just to let you know, this is the Archangel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine from Hay House. And this is the Archangel Gabriel deck, also a former Hay House author, Doreen Virtue, and the Angel Answers deck. And the reason I wanted to do that, which is also by her, is because I like it when we get a little clarity on the guidance. So what I want you to be thinking about with all 12 signs is this is the energy they're addressing for each sign. This is the creativity we can bring in, because we're talking a lot about creativity. And then this, if you have anything pop into your mind, is going to give you a little more clarity, okay? Now listen to all 12 signs, but also write down anything that pops into your head as you see these things, and that will help you with understanding what it means for you. As you can see, I always shuffle really thoroughly and cut the deck and get them all set up. And then I have crystals here to add a little extra energy. All right, so the first card we have for the Aries is the Queen of Raphael, which would also be the Queen of Cups. We established using this deck before, these are water signs. When we see Raphael, it says kind, understanding, giving, psychic, follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic advice. All right, well, Aries, we had the Queen of Cups or Queen of Water in the final outcome. So this is just validating this. You've got to keep following your heart. You've got to do the things that allow you to feel secure in your home. That's the other thing too, Aries, is you're always taking charge, getting out there and doing things, but you need to be able to come home to feel secure. You need to feel at home in your home and family life so that you can continue to follow your heart and trust your intuitive abilities. So here we have the Archangel Gabriel card. Here we have retreat. Okay, and you had that after the home card. This says to block out distractions, spend quiet time alone so that you can focus on your priorities. So you're going to need to have this quiet space at home where you can focus on your priorities. And that's really going to help you with moving forward on your goals and whatever these creative projects are. It sounds like maybe the energy has just been a little too busy for you. We did just come out of your birthday season, and so maybe you need to slow down and spend some quiet time alone to really focus on where you're headed. So let's see what your angel answer card is here, Aries. We have there's something better. All right, there's something better, Aries. What just popped into your mind? Maybe you're thinking you have to approach a project a certain way. Maybe you're thinking you have to give a relationship a chance, even though it's not really in divine flow. Remember, we had that Emperor card earlier about surrounding yourself with people who have structure and discipline and leadership skills. Maybe you're trying to make a relationship work when really there's something better for you. So you really need to retreat from that relationship and focus on your intuition, doing the work to go within and create that home and family environment. I am getting for some of you, this could mean leaving an actual relationship that is not allowing you to maintain your autonomy. It's not allowing you to focus on your creativity. It's too much of a distraction. That's why I always say, think about these 3 areas of your life: relationships, career and finance, and health and fitness, because we have relationships to all those things, but there could be people involved there that are a distraction. They're taking up too much of our mind space, especially if you're having sleepless nights, and you need to create that home environment that is going to really allow you to retreat from that energy and, find this better thing coming in for you. So something better is coming in for you, Aries. All right, let's see what we have for the Tauruses. I'm going to move these cards here and make sure to grab that timestamp. All right, what do we have for the Tauruses? Actually, I got to take off the Aries first. All right, Tauruses, we have the first card is Three of Michael. So the Michael cards in this deck are also the Three of Swords in tarot. It says, release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. All right, let's see here. That's a really powerful energy coming through. But I first want to say happy birthday season, Tauruses. I love all of you so much. I surround myself with Tauruses. I've got so many friends, family members, colleagues that are Tauruses, and your energy is so powerful and so amazing. And this is your time to shine because we're in your birthday season. I hope you celebrate all season long. But we are talking specifically about creativity with this energy. So this Three of Swords, there's something that is time to move on from. So let's go into your creativity here and we'll see what's coming up for you, Tauruses. We have time management. It says place your priorities at the top of your to-do list and don't allow distractions it's blurring here, to take your focus away. I'll just put it up to you. Yeah, to move your focus. Sorry, guys, I got to put my glasses on. Deter. Time management, Tauruses. All right, you guys. What am I getting for time management for Tauruses? I feel like, again, that Emperor energy is really important. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who implement good time management strategies so that they're not distracting you from where you're going. I really feel like with this Three of Michael card, it's similar to Aries. It's like there's something better for you. There's a relationship that's better for you. There's a project that's better for you. And it's going to be important that you focus on what's taking all your time. Maybe it's time to move away from that. So let's move into your Angel Answers deck and see what we get for you there. it says to wait before taking action on something. So were you getting ready to make a purchase? Were you getting ready to invite somebody to join you to do something? Were you getting ready to go ahead and give up on something? Maybe it's just that the reason you're about to give up on it is because you're not giving it the time and energy it needs. You are not making it a priority. Maybe you're getting too caught up in a relationship and it's taking you away from your creative projects, your work, the things you want to do. Maybe it's taking away from your health and fitness. That's why I always say that. So wait for the right time to act. That's what we want to always do for all of us, for all 12 signs, is we want to wait for that divine timing. So I think this is a really powerful message for Tauruses to keep in mind, is that, you know, there will be divine timing that allows you for things to open up. But you may have to first move away from the things that are becoming a big distraction. Okay, Tauruses? So let's move on to the Geminis here. How's everybody doing in the chat? Or is this making sense? AC is asking about the decks again. This is the Archangel Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine. This is the Archangel Gabriel deck. I wanted to use this because it's a creative deck. And then this is the Angel Answers deck. These are the two that are formerly from Doreen Virtue. And this is Radleigh Valentine, Hay House author. So yeah, I have tons and tons of Doreen Virtue decks. So most of them are going to be that or Radleigh Valentine. I do have decks from others though. Okay, so moving on to the Geminis here. Let me grab the timestamp. What do we have for the Geminis? We have Nine of Ariel. Nine of Ariel. So in this deck, Ariel represents the Earth or Pentacles card. It says your dreams are fulfilled, hard work leads to success, a love for the beautiful things in life. And I love this card. It just looks like pure joy. So this is really, really powerful here. It looks like you've been really working hard to achieve something, Geminis, and it's fine. You're going to finally get that freedom. You know, with the Sun in Taurus at the time of this message, that means it is in your 12th house. So you might still be second guessing things, but once we get into your birthday season, you're going to really be able to see that all your hard work is going to pay off. So whenever I see the Nine of Pentacles or Nine of Earth card, it reminds me that we do have to save up our energy and invest in the things that our heart wants, and it will be worth it when we get there, right? Especially with the once we get to the Ten of Pentacles. So be patient. Keep going with the things you're doing, Gemini. This is going to make it really powerful for once we get into your birthday season. So what do we have for your Archangel Gabriel card here? We have motivation. All right, are you feeling unmotivated to do something? It says, pray for guidance as to how to increase your enthusiasm for and focus on the project. A lot of times we don't realize why we're not feeling motivated to do something. And I think that's really important to keep in mind, because if we are ignoring the fact that we don't feel motivated, then we could be missing a sign or symbol that there's an easier way to do it. We were talking earlier, I think it was Heidi, right, that you said that procrastination can equal fear. Sometimes it's a fear of being vulnerable. It's a fear of making a mistake, that kind of thing. But I feel like for Geminis, it's really that you're just keep second guessing yourself, and you need to motivate yourself to overcome that, right? So maybe you do need to go online and find somebody who can motivate you. Maybe you need to get a coach, maybe get a friend, get an accountability partner, because you have this opportunity here, Geminis, but whatever is causing you to lack motivation to really go to the next level, you can get support for that. So let's see what's coming up for your Angel Answers card here. We have the opportunity. We have the opportunity card. Wow. Maybe you are not feeling motivated because you're not sure where you're going to get these opportunities, what's coming in for you. So just keep going, because I feel like one of the big things is to remember all the time and energy you've invested to whatever this is. This could be a relationship you're investing time and energy into. It could be a project. It could be a goal. And maybe you're lacking a little motivation here because you're like, when is my opportunity coming? And what they are showing you here with these cards, Gemini, is that you are going to get this opportunity. You have to keep investing the time and energy. Keep yourself motivated. Do your affirmations. Get a coach. Do your visualizations. Ask your spiritual team. I love that it says that on there, to ask your spiritual team for guidance on how to get motivated. All right. So that's going to be really important for the Geminis as we move into your birthday season, because we have such powerful energy coming up around that time of year. All right, moving on to the Cancers, which this is, of course, my sun sign. Hello, fellow Cancers, suns and moons out there, risings. Hello, infinitely blessed. Good to see you there in the chat. We are starting with the Cancers now, and we have the Four of Ariel, which again, like I said, this is the Earth or Pentacle suit in this deck. It says, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. What's interesting is on the other deck that I use, the one that I use for the Celtic Cross, which that's the Angel Tarot deck. This is the Archangel Tarot deck here. This talks about being afraid of investing in yourself or in a relationship or in a project, or allowing a fear of not having enough to stop you, right, from doing what you're doing. So the key with this energy here is to remember that if you invest in a way that helps you feel safe, you will be guided in the right direction. So let's get a little more clarity here with this Archangel Gabriel card. It says helping children. So it says, part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. I love this card for Cancers because we tend to be there to nurture others. A lot of people see our energy as mothering, right? So it may not be actually young children. It could be somebody who is childlike in their approach to things. They're brand new to it, right? Maybe they're just learning how to connect with their spiritual team. So they're brand new and you're there to nurture them through that. And think about anything that you would do as a teacher. If you were working with a child, with a beginner, you would take them step by step. You would go to the basics. So probably your fear here around resources is you're thinking to yourself, well, I haven't been doing this long enough, or I don't have enough resources to really take it to the next level. And they're saying, just start with the beginner level. Just start with 101, the intro level. Just start there and you will be able to come out of these fears. You will see the clients start to come in, or the resources to come in, or the opportunities to come in. So let's see what's coming up in your Angel Answers deck. Switch over here. We have communicate clearly. Communicate clearly. All right, so this is talking about you being there to help others who are new to whatever it is they're doing. You do need to communicate that in a clear way, just like we would be when we were talking to a child who doesn't have a very big vocabulary. It's talking about communicate clearly, and I'm tripping over my words. Isn't that hilarious? But, like little kids that don't have a very big vocabulary yet, we have to go back to the basics and be very clear on what it is that we want. Now, this may not be actually teaching others, but there is something involving children or a creative project that you need to be very clear in the way you communicate, meaning going back to the basics. Don't try to overdo it. Don't try to make it too fancy. And that's going to help you get where you want to go with your projects. All right. I love that for the creativity for Cancers. Move these cards out of here and we will move on to the lovely Leos. All righty. Leos, what are we getting for you for this first card of this energy here? We have Page of Raphael, which is, of course, a water or cups card. Gentle, loving, dreamy, open-hearted, a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitations, great intuitive insights. It's really funny, Leos, because I keep getting this message for you over and over again that you have to make sure you feel secure in your home and family life and your close personal relationships in order to go to the next level with your work, career, legacy, whatever that is for you. And I really feel like that's super validating there, just to remember that, you need to address your emotions in order to have that security there. So let's see what's coming up for the Gabriel card. It says writers group. Interesting here. Create or join a writers group to gain inspiration, friendship, and support. Really, really powerful energy there. Kim says she loves the community cake clearly card with the cancers. Yeah, and that's the other thing. We do have to be clear with our team. Good point, Kim. We have to remember to communicate with our team. But, here with writers group, this is also remembering to surround yourself with like-minded people so you feel supported in the work you're doing too. And it could be that you need to collaborate more, get out there and get new ideas, get a fresh perspective on your work. I love this card for collaborations too, because it feels like sometimes we feel like there's competition in working with others when really it's not. It's unifying your energy. Now, you do want to remember that Emperor card about working with others who have structure and discipline to their work, but collaborations is important here, and it's the reminder that there is enough audience or clients or what have you going around to allow you to move in that new direction. So let's see what we have in the Angel Answers card for the Leos. We have forgiveness. All right. So what's coming up for you, Leos, in that area with forgiveness? Do you need to forgive yourself for something that you felt silly about, that you didn't take an opportunity on? Or do you need to forgive someone in your life or a colleague or some situation from the past that is holding you back from going in this new direction? Again, like I said, we want this happy home life, Leos. So there may be somebody in your family that you need to forgive or work things through. And that's going to really benefit you with this creative project where you go in this next new direction, where you really begin to collaborate on a new level with others and find those new opportunities. I love that. AC says, feels right. Writers group is for you too. I love that. See, that's why it's so important to listen to all 12 signs. Thank you for the validation, AC. All right. So for Virgos, let's see here. That was Libra. Virgos, what do we have for Virgos? For your energy, we have 10 of Ariel. Beautiful. This is the Earth or Pentacle card in Tarot. It says there is so very much to be grateful for: financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. All right, Virgos, what came to mind with you for this? Some new creative project you're investing in. This is going to be the thing that allows you to retire and have that dream life, to move away from things that are no longer serving you because you're investing in your future. This is an amazing energy for you, Virgos. I'm feeling like the main thing to remember is you are investing in your family life, in your work life, by investing in yourself and investing in the projects that you want to be working on. So let's see what Archangel Gabriel has for Virgos. We have share your art with the world. Share your art with the world. It's time to allow others to enjoy your creative work. Oh my goodness, angel bumps here. So you have something that needs to get out into the world. It's time to launch that project, launch that YouTube channel, launch that website. Reach out to those who you feel called to work with. This is super, super powerful. And let's see what your Angel Answers deck is bringing up for you. We have yes, yes, yes. All right, Virgos, that means whatever popped into your mind, yes, that's the thing that you are meant to bring out into the world, share with others. All of you here are here to shine light with the world, share light with the world, share your gifts, right? So this message is for all of you. Really and truly it is. It's time to get out there in a bigger way. All right, I love that for Virgos. Let's move on to the Libras. Libras, what do we have for your energy here coming up? We have the Strength card. 11, strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, forgiveness. I love that card. You know, I'm pretty sure this is the Justice card in the tarot deck. And what do Libras known for? They're known for bringing justice to things, to bringing balance, to seeing both sides of something and saying, you know, this is out of balance. So there is something you're being asked to be strong about right now, Libras. Let's see what's coming up in Archangel Gabriel to get a little clarity here. We have the new project. Ooh, this is a lot of stuff's been coming up for you for careers, Libras. It says, like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into a reality. So there's something you already know you want to be focusing on more with your work, your career, your legacy. There's something that you're already saying, this is the direction I want to go to, but you're going to have to draw on that inner strength to keep going with it and to be able to move away from the things that are taking you away from this new project. So you might have to summon the strength to let your boss know, hey, I don't want that new project anymore. I'm already going in a new direction with this. Or you may have to summon the strength to tell your partner, hey, you know what? I don't think I want to take that trip this summer. I want to spend the time here working on this new project. You're going to have to summon the strength for that. And let's see what the Angel Answers card is saying here. It says, look for a sign. Look for a sign. All right, so you're going to look for a sign for when is the right time to have that conversation, to be the strong one who says, this is not working for me anymore. I want to focus on this new project. Maybe you are going to have to draw on that inner strength to end a relationship so that you can move in this new direction. You want to look for that sign about what it is that you're moving away from. I am getting for some of you, this is potentially a current collaboration with work or a current project you are moving away from, and it's going to take that inner courage to have that conversation, but you're going to have to leave this current relationship or situation in order to have the time for this new project. So look for the signs. They'll guide you to the right time to take action on that. I really like that for the Libras. Keep me posted on what your new projects are, all of you. I love hearing what all of you do. All right, let's see what we've got for Scorpios. Grabbing the timestamp there. Scorpios, what do we have for you guys? All right, so the energy for Scorpios is Epiphany. Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Well, we already know you are, Scorpios. Answer that come through meditation. Beautiful energy. So have you recently had an epiphany? Or are you waiting for that moment? You know, I felt like the energy yesterday was bringing in epiphanies for all of us. So if you don't know what it is, do not fret. This energy is coming in for all of us right now. We are having these opportunities to have those aha moments on how to approach things differently. And Scorpios, I know you're meant to get out there and shine your light in a bigger way than you ever have before. So you may just be waiting for that aha moment, and it feels like it hasn't happened yet, but we have had all those eclipses. We've been ending things. We've been, releasing things, and now things are finally moving forward. So be on the lookout for this epiphany. If you already know what it is, then great. But this is a really powerful energy coming through for you. So let's see what we're getting for the Archangel Gabriel card for Scorpios. We have prosperity. Beautiful. Beautiful. Your actions have resulted in incoming abundance. All right. So you've been taking action to move in a new direction with things, Scorpio, and it is bringing you this abundance. So you want to trust the process. You want to trust the creative inspirations coming in for you. So let's see what you're getting for your Angel Answers deck then. We have big, happy changes. Big, happy changes. I love this for you, Scorpios, because we're all being asked to embrace the change and look for the joy in it. Look for the silver linings in the things that have ended, that have come to an end. Because when we have this epiphany, when we realize, oh, that relationship didn't work, because if it did, I wouldn't have been able to find this new idea and this new thing I want to work with. Or, oh, wow, if I had gotten that job, I wouldn't have been able to, marry my ideal partner, because I would have been in a different state. There's so many things that are coming through where you're going to realize, wow, these are happy changes that are happening for me. So I love that for the Scorpios. All right. Moving on. Whoops. So we've got, yes, great energy for the Scorpios, Kim. I completely agree. Oh, 444, Tammy, thank you. So Sagittarius is, let me grab your timestamp here. What do we have for the Sages? For the energy. All right, 2 of Ariel, which again, this is a Pentacle or Earth card. It's important to have balance, working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. Well, Sages, I know you love to have many things going on at once, running around, taking care of everybody, everything. And this is actually asking you to bring more balance to that. Probably what's needed here for Sages with this card is you need to let something go so you can invest more time and energy into what your heart wants. That's a big thing we've gotten for Sages all along this year, is really moving in a new direction, especially with your work, your finances, and your legacy, so that people can benefit from the gifts you're bringing here. But if you don't invest the time in the work your heart wants, you're not going to have that opportunity to bloom in that new direction. So what are we having for your Archangel Gabriel thing? We have happy news. It says your prayer is answered in a creative way. All right, what have you been wishing for, Sages? Maybe there's something that you're ready to end, you're ready to move away from, and maybe there's some news coming in that is going to make it easier for you to end those things. You know, example might be, you know, if I tell my best friend that, you know, I'm moving, then they're going to be really sad that they're not going to get to see me every day. And then they tell you, hey, guess what? I'm getting engaged and we're going to move into his house on the other side of town. I'm going to miss seeing you every day, but this is exciting, right? So there are things that can happen that can make it easier for you to invest your time and energy in yourself. So let's see what the Angel Answers deck is for you here. Not the right time. Not the right time. Okay, so what came to mind for you first there, Sagittarius? What I'm getting is, you know, you're trying to balance too much and you're not clear on what direction to move in because the timing isn't there either. So you want to focus on the happy news coming in, and that's going to show you when the right time is to act. So I feel for Sagittarius, the overall guidance is really in this card here, that, you know, you're trying to do too much at once. Look, even this, even in the card here, this person's like balancing on one hand, holding something, it's on a ledge. Like, is there anything that makes you feel like you're about to fall off the edge right now? It's not the right time to keep pursuing that. It's time to focus on what you want to do, what makes you feel joy and happy, right? I love that. All right, let's move on to the, we're on the Capricorns now. There we go. All right, Capricorns. What do we have for the Capricorns? We have the 8 of Gabriel. I don't think we've had a Gabriel card yet, have we? So Gabriel is the card of messages, so that would make it an air card, as an air sign as well, or a sword card. A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I take that back. Gabriel is the fire card, right? Didn't we all decide that together? I don't have the book in front of me because we were saying Archangel Michael was the swords card, right? Yeah. So I think Gabriel's the fire card. A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. Ooh, really important. Okay, so the reason that I'm saying that is because we're also using the Archangel Gabriel deck here, right? Which is associated with creativity, which also would be associated with wand energy. But I am getting, and I've been getting this card a lot lately for myself, and I'm a Capricorn rising, that there is something that's going to need your attention. There's something coming through that you're going to have to make a decision about, Capricorns, and you're going to be pretty busy doing it. But so it's going to be important to really communicate clearly, right? So let's see what's coming up for the Archangel Gabriel deck for Capricorns. Perfectionism. It says, polishing your creative projects is fine, but don't allow perfectionism and fear to result in procrastination. Wow, that word procrastination is coming back up, right, Heidi? Yeah, we want to watch out for being too much of a perfectionist. This is the kind of thing where you never get that book written because you keep rewriting it, or you never finally post that first video on your YouTube channel or your social media because the lighting wasn't right and your hair wasn't right and you tripped over your words. And it's like, we have to avoid this perfectionism, because actually the beauty comes from it not being perfect. That's part of the way that you show you're authentic, is by not being perfect, right? We're not all AI bots out here. We're not meant to be perfect. Which AI is not perfect either, by the way. But there is something that's going to need your attention. You got to get it done. You've got to be creative. You've got to stop procrastinating because you want everything to be perfect. So let's see what's coming up for the Angel Answers deck. You have a compromise card here. All right, so that's really interesting coming up with this 8 of Wands. I feel like there's going to be some kind of information coming in where you are going to have to find a compromise, like find a way to move forward with it without it being perfect. That's what's coming through for me with this compromise. It's like, it's not quite perfect, but it's close enough. That's the compromise. It's not that you're settling. It's not that you're putting something out there that is low quality. It's that you are looking for something to be perfect. And you got to take the good with the bad. In fact, I'm even getting, for some of us, this may actually be with a relationship where you keep trying to find the ideal partner, the ideal business partner, the ideal love relationship, the ideal job or project. And really, it's about going through the process. Remember, we had that message earlier about enjoying the journey, okay, Capricorns? And that's for everybody here listening. So definitely be willing to compromise. Compromise is not settling. Compromise is finding a balance in your approach. So I love that. Okay. What do we have for the Aquas? Grab your timestamp here. Aquas. We have, for the energy for you, the 5 of Gabriel. Okay, so another fire or wands card here. It says a challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. Okay, Aquas, what's bringing a bunch of drama in your life right now? What is really testing your patience right now? There is a way to move out of this energy and move on to the 6 of Wands energy here, but you do have to have that patience. You need to get clear on what everybody's motives are. Whenever I see this card, I think about, like, why is this person in this relationship? Why is this person doing this project? What are the reasons? And it could be that you just have different motives from that person, and that's why it's really challenging. And one of my favorite examples of that would be when you're traveling with a friend or a family member, and your idea of a vacation is sitting by the pool reading your favorite book, and their idea is packing the itinerary with every to-do list that there is in the area, right? And it's just different motives. Neither one is better than the other. You just have different motives. And so it can cause some clashing when they're always wanting you to be on the go and you're always saying, hey, stop pestering me, So interesting energy coming through there, Aquas. Let's see what's coming up for Archangel Gabriel for you. You have the media card. Interesting. Okay. You can reach more people by working with video, audio, print, and online media. I love this for Aquas, especially the Aquas I know who are really needing to share their gifts with the world in a bigger way. Oh, good, Colette. Welcome. I'm glad to hear that. Yes, you are being asked to take your creativity out into the space, out into the world where people can see it, okay? And, just by working on it. So I always think back about when I first was told by the angels that I was going to need to work with video and video editing, I still wasn't aware that I was going to have a YouTube channel. They hadn't revealed that part to me yet. They just told me, how you love editing and directing video, go do that. And so I was using B-roll and B footage and things like that to create videos and putting them online and practicing learning Adobe Premiere and Final Cut Pro and all those things. I was doing all those things because it was fun, not because I knew I was going to end up having a YouTube channel, but the angels kept asking me to do it. And I was like, okay, fine. Eventually, when I had that epiphany that I needed to start a YouTube channel to promote my purpose and where I was headed, which largely was, teaching others how to journal where they can deepen their connection with the angels, which ultimately led to my book of evidence that I have for sale on Amazon. I was teaching workshops and I realized, oh, journaling is visual. Journaling is visual. So whenever I would get the media card, I was like, oh, I'll have a podcast. And it's like, well, you can't really teach the templates that I teach and the methods I teach for tracking your intuition if you have a podcast necessarily. Now so many podcasts are video, right? But in my journal, I have custom templates that need to be shown. So there is something for you, Aquas, that you could take to the next level with media. And, if you need to, you can hide behind, a username and an icon for a while. I will say that, I tried hiding behind my business name for a long time. I still got outed by Instagram. And the truth is, in order to truly be vulnerable, you have to share your light directly and authentically. So let's see what you're getting for your answer card here, Aquas. Meditation brings answers. Okay, so if you're not sure what direction to head, especially with this card, this is a little bit of a challenging card, right? If you're not sure how to resolve it, then let's go into the meditation side of things. This is a good reminder here. Meditation doesn't necessarily mean sitting in a corner for hours not moving. You can meditate while you're journaling through automatic writing. You can meditate while you're on a walk, while you're doing laundry. I found I was getting downloads when I was painting, when I was taking a painting class. So again, media. So I'm really encouraging Aquas to really step into your power with that energy there. Super, super clear messages coming through for Aquas. All right, let's see what's going on for the Pisces so we can get to your bonus messages here. Pisces, let me grab your timestamp. I just realized I almost forgot to do that. What do we have for the Pisces? We have the High Priestess card. Beautiful. It says Archangel Haniel. Powerful psychic insights, reflection, and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. Be at peace. Okay, so Pisces, what's been causing turmoil for you? Are there things that are keeping you awake at night? Are there things that you're just haven't settled on? Like, you're like, I think I want to do this project, but I don't know, and you're changing your mind a lot. They want you to really pay attention to your natural born psychic abilities. Do your meditations, do your automatic writing. You are going to get clarity here. So let's see what's coming up for the Archangel Gabriel card here. Ask. Ask for what you want. So that's why you're being indecisive here, because that's what I am getting for a lot of Pisces, is you're not being clear about what it is that you want. It says clear communication with yourself, with God, and with others helps you and helps. I got to get my glasses on again. These words are too little. Sorry, guys. Helps you avoid misunderstandings and speeds up the process of answered prayers. All right. Wow. We're getting, you've got to ask your team more directly. Like, is it in my highest interest to work on this project? Is it in my highest interest to ask this person out? Is it in my highest interest to even start dating right now when I've got so much else going on in my work life and my home life? So these are things that are important to communicate clearly, but let's get your angel answers card to clarify, and then we will definitely get to your bonus reading. There we go. Be assertive. You can't get any more clear than that, Pisces. It's telling you, ask for what you want. Be assertive. Ask that person out. Ask that person to collaborate with you. Have you been thinking about starting a new project and you're not sure, if that person wants to work with you on it? Ask. You've got to be assertive here, Pisces. And I know that can be hard for you guys sometimes because you're so intuitive and you see energy so well, and it is hard to be vulnerable, but you just got to get out there and ask, Pisces. This is going to really bring you powerful, powerful psychic insights for where you're headed. All right, so I love that for the Pisces. Let's move on to the bonus messages. Yes. Consulting our spiritual team. You're right, AC. It's so important to remember to ask for guidance, ask for help with these things. So in the bonus message, let's see. By the way, thank you so much for liking and sharing this video. It really helps my channel grow. I appreciate it. I hope you will join me this Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central for the new moon all signs reading that we're going to do. And of course, next Wednesday, Chris Reck from Menopause Tarot will be here. I'll be here Monday. Monday, I'm going to be doing the May angel messages. So at the time that I am recording this, I may have a scheduling conflict and I may have to record it and upload it. I love doing the lives with you. But next Monday, it may end up being a recorded video that I upload at 11 a.m. Central because of a conflict. I'm waiting to hear back if that gets cleared up. But either way, I will be doing the May angel messages on Monday. We'll do new moon this Wednesday, May on Monday, and then we'll do Chris Reck from Menopause Tarot on Wednesday. Super, super fun energy there. All right, so let's see what we have here for the bonus messages. I'm going to grab the timestamp. Okay, for the bonus messages, for those of you who are new, I look at this card as I ask for the present energy, the near future, what I call the future that can just follow right after this card, or it could be tomorrow, it could be tonight, it could be this afternoon, right? Whenever you see it. And oh, I'm so grateful, Colette. Wonderful to know. Thank you for letting me know. And then these are your 2 action cards, okay? So we're going to take action on this guidance. So it's really kind of one of my favorite spreads to do because so many times we get the guidance and we're like, well, but what do I do right now about it? It's like, okay, here's the energy, but what do I do with that energy, right? So let's take a look at what's coming up for the present energy here. The Dreamer card. Perfect for this Taurus energy. The Dreamer card. A leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. I am constantly getting this card for all of us that there's new opportunities coming in and we're going to have to be ready to take action. But we do want to think things through carefully, make sure we're finding those creative solutions. But with the Dreamer card, which is also the full card in tarot, it's something new. It's something we've never done before. So it could be that you aren't clear on what direction you're going. You're going to have to rely on your intuition. You're going to have to rely on the excitement you feel in your heart with this new opportunity coming in. So some of you are going to be getting job offers. Some of you are going to be getting invitations to be part of a collaboration. Maybe you're getting asked out on a date. You're getting invited to something. You are going to be getting opportunities to start something new. That is coming in for you right now at the time that you hear these messages. So that is super wonderful energy for the present space. Let's move on to what's coming up in the near future. Page of Earth. Scholarly, dependable, patient, successful. Good news about financial matters. Ooh, I like that with the opportunities coming in. Wanting to do something more challenging. A new area of study. All right, so this card, when I see this card, I do like to ask you up front, are you feeling bored with something? We were talking earlier about resistance and possible procrastination. Are we resistant? Are we procrastinating because we are afraid of failure, afraid of success, whatever that is? But with this card, sometimes we don't realize we're just kind of bored. We've been there, done that. We have to evolve out of that energy. So it may mean you got to take an online class. You've got to go back to school. You've got to get a mentor, or you've got to become an apprentice to something, right? So it's really important to think about the things that you're excited about, but being willing to invest your time and energy in taking your skills to a next level is going to be important. So coming after this full card here, what I see for you is this new opportunities coming in. You're going to be excited about it. You're going to want to do it, but you are going to have to acquire some more knowledge, and you are going to have to invest the time and energy to be able to take on this opportunity. So the example might be somebody calls you up and says, hey, I want you to give me an angel reading like we're doing right here. Would you give me an angel reading? And you're like, well, I've only done it for my friends and I only have a couple of decks and I don't really know how to set up a Zoom call, right? I'm just using something really generic. You just need to get online and learn it because this opportunity is for you. This is happening for you. You just need to get a little more information, do a little practice, right? Get some advice. So let's see what's coming up for the future position with this card. We have the Seven of Air card. So this would be the Seven of Swords. It says plans that need revision, more going on that meets the eye, poor timing. Okay, so where this is in this position is basically saying that you're going to have the time to invest in your skills, to invest in your material resources, to get more information, because you're going to need to wait for divine timing before you launch this new opportunity. So it sounds like there's going to be this opportunity, but then there's a little bit of a delay on how you take action moving forward, because you're going to need to get more information, take your skills to a new level. It does feel like, whatever this is, it's going to bring in more financial security, but you're going to have that patience there, right? And anything good that lasts doesn't happen overnight. It really does take time and patience. So let's see what's coming up in the action cards, and we'll get some clarity here. We'll pull this all together. Okay, so we have 6 of Fire for the action card. See, I love this for an action. It says victory, good news is on its way, public recognition or awards. So that card means that you are going to want to claim your energy, your victory, claim your ability to do this. So let's use the example about somebody calling you up and wanting a reading, and you're saying to yourself, am I ready? And your spiritual team saying, if you weren't ready, we wouldn't have sent you this new client. So claim it. Say, I am a good angel reader and I will do this reading. That's going to be what helps you, but you might still just need to get a little more information. You might just need to wait until you feel comfortable. Don't schedule the appointment right away. Say, hey, I've got a busy calendar. Give me a little time. I'm going to get ready, and then claim it. So let's see what we have here for this other action card, and then we'll pull it all together. Ooh, I love this. The 6 and the 7 of Fire. We have the 7 of Fire says, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. So because we do have this 7 of Air card here, this is a card of, needing to get clear on something, feeling like maybe somebody's not telling you everything. I know in tarot, some readers will say somebody's lying or cheating or stealing. I like that Chris Reck doesn't necessarily look at that way. I always learned so much with the way he looks at the cards. It's more like there's information you need to get clear about. You need to make a decision, or there needs to be some kind of communication, and maybe it is asking questions. So when this card talks about poor timing, it could be that you just need to get more information about this new opportunity so you can say, actually, yes, I can do that. Stand in your beliefs, right? And if you have any naysayers around you saying, oh, well, you're not ready, no, we're going to rise out of that energy. We're going to say, no, I'm not going to surround myself with that. This is my journey. This is my new opportunity coming through, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to learn everything there is to know about it, and I'm going to wait for the right time to act. So I definitely think of this a lot when, there's an opportunity that presents itself, but you don't feel like you have enough information. It's not always that the information isn't there. It's that it's not the right time. And so the information will reveal itself when it's the right time, which will give you clarity. So this is also a card of patience and being willing to wait for the right time to act. So when we pull all these cards together, it's really interesting because we've got so much wand energy, and we've been talking about creativity for this entire messages for today. When we went to all 12 signs, we talked about Archangel Gabriel. So today is a day to focus on your creativity. Make sure you're taking time every day to do that. Make sure that you are trusting the changes that are coming through for you. I do love that we got so much validation about relationships going to a new level. So even if you don't know who that person is or what project that is or whatever that is for you, be patient because that is coming in for you. It is going to be a new opportunity. I'm just, the image my angels are showing me, and this is dating me because they don't do this anymore, but in the cartoons where they'd have the old-fashioned phone with the bell, and when it would ring, the receiver would rattle on the phone, and it would be like the phone was ringing off the hook because it would ring so much it would fall off the phone. That's what I'm feeling for all of you. I'm feeling like your phone's going to be ringing off the hook with these opportunities coming in. It may require you to go back to school, learn something new, invest some time and energy into something. And that's okay, because it's not the right time anyways to just jump all in. Right now, the time is to get more information, get clear, make sure you understand everyone's motives, but don't hold back. Claim this opportunity, this creativity. You just may not be taking action on it quite yet until you get these skills. So I think this is super, super powerful energy here. And I hope you will all affirm that. I hope you will all claim this energy. Let's go ahead and write that in the comment section below. I am highly creative. I am highly creative. Definitely do that. If you want to check out my community membership, click that join button below. It gives you all the details, because there was another powerful reading I did yesterday. Coming up in 2 weeks, we have our May monthly. We always have topics, and I do a deeper dive into the May messages for my community. But I will have all of that coming up for all of you. I love you all being here. Thank you so much. Remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.